20 years ago, the Polish government developed plans to build the Via Baltica highway through the pristine Rasputa Valley to speed up commerce between Warsaw and Helsinki. By 2004, construction was well underway. Then, Małgorzata Górska explored the valley's ancient forest.
Zanim przyjechałam do Doliny Rospudy po raz pierwszy.
When I first visited the Rasputa Valley, I saw habitats and species that I have never seen before. The highway would have caused irreversible damage to animal migration paths and rare bird habitats.
Małgorzata had earned a master's degree in environmental protection and had worked with the World Wildlife Federation in wetlands preservation. She used her experience to begin the task of petitioning the Polish government to stop construction on the project. She insisted that the European Union had designated the Rasputa Valley as a Natura 2000 site, part of a network of protected sites.
Natomiast na początku wcale nie byliśmy tacy.
The Polish government had already approved the highway, so we were afraid we might not succeed. However, we felt strongly that we had to try, because the place was so unique and so vulnerable, and because we felt that we were right.
The Polish government dismissed their requests and went about the business of building the highway, which not only threatened the ecosystem of the region, but encroached on the area's farmlands as well.
When they said they would build the highway this close to my farmland, I knew that I couldn't leave this land, and I also knew I had to try to stop it. People like Małgorzata and the different environmental groups were our strong allies in the struggle.
Wyjazdy do Brukseli, spotkania z...
We took the case to the European Commission. This meant traveling to Brussels on a regular basis. It was all very stressful for me, as I'd never been in this kind of situation before, presenting a formal complaint to high officials on the European level. But they were very open to hearing our arguments, and the EU officials could be more objective.
No ile przez to musi też cierpieć bardzo często.
There was a lot of pressure on her, and yet somehow she carried on. When people in the environmental movement would ask me how the fight to save Rasputa Valley was going, I would honestly say, don't worry, they can't possibly build that highway. My wife is working on it.
Nie ma takiej szansy.
Na samym początku rozpoczęliśmy od...
The EU took over a year to consider our case. Meanwhile, Greenpeace and other groups organized a protest to draw attention to the case and to prevent the trees from being cut down for the highway. They kept the road crews from entering the valley with a month-long protest in below-zero weather.
In 2009, the European Commission declared that the route for the Via Baltica highway should be completely changed to preserve the Rasputa Valley's unique ecosystem, and the Polish government complied. The EU had never taken such a drastic stand against a governmental body in order to help protect a natural resource.
Rzeczywiście przypadek Rospudy.
Rasputa Valley is the precedent-setting case in Polish law. After this, our whole mentality has changed. We now look at environmental issues in an entirely different way.
Kiedy polskie sądy...
When we heard that we won the case in European court, we were extremely happy, because this meant that laws pertaining to nature were now considered to be as important as any other issues. It wasn't a private victory. It was a victory for everyone, not just environmental organizations, but for common citizens that simply love nature.
For outstanding environmental achievement in Europe, the 2010 Goldman Environmental Prize is awarded to Małgorzata Górska, Poland.